This is a story all about how my legs don't work, and now I have stories for all of you. Tales from the Cripp, episode 2, number 2.
2. He's fucking crippled, so he can't do the numbers with his fingers.
So I took a little poll, if you will. Hold on, you know what? Something doesn't feel right. I need to fix something. I'll be right back. That feels better. Alright. More like it, am I right? So, I took to Twitter and asked people, what story would you like to hear next? And everybody wanted to hear about my reactions and interactions with drunk people. And let me tell you, I have one in particular that I feel is worth telling. So, here where I live, we got a little bit of everything here. We got a downtown scene, we got the countrysides, we have the suburbs. It's a pretty relatively nice place to live if you want a good variety of things. Now, with that being said, once every year we have this music festival. It was a weird festival because it wasn't like bands that people went out of their way to go see. They were just kind of like generic rock bands, like Hinder or like Buck Cherry. It was a weird thing, but like it was just somewhere to be at the time. But it gave a bunch of excuses for, white trash people to go out and drink and get a little bit, litty. I stay litty, fam, because England is my city. Relevant jokes. Hit him with a fidget spin.
This thing goes fast as fuck, boy.
Boy.
What you got on that, Keemstar, you fucking bitch? I'm blocking my brother.
Found $1 in the woods. This particular event took place at a really generic, gross NASCAR kind of a place. It was a place where, like, not roller derbies, what do they call them? Demolition derbies happened, where people would, like, go, rent out their broke down cars, and just crash into each other.
We can just put it this way, Mountain Dew sponsors the place where this takes event, so,
Mountain Dew. It was a good place if you wanted, like, to go out and get a hand job from your cousin. So, this is where this event was happening. And I was going because I was around 14 at the time. It was my freshman year of high school, meeting up with friends. It was a bit intimidating and scary, however, because I'm just a tiny wee little lad in a wheelchair in this big, massive group of people. And it was a bit, scary, to say the least. And people everywhere, we're bumped next to each other. It's pretty claustrophobic. I'm at nose level with everybody's ass. It's not a good time because it smells like shit. Literally, like literal shit. It was gross. People need to learn to wipe better. Fuck it. And that's when I saw him. The most intimidating man I ever saw in my life. He had cargo shorts on, no shirt, 16 abs. I don't know how it was possible, but his abs had abs. And he had beers in each hand, just a jug of beer in both his hands, and both arms were wrapped around some of the most big-titted women I've ever saw in my life. And he made direct eye contact with me. He looked me dead in my eyes. He dropped his beer. Didn't care. The beer was expensive there. That was at least $40 for the beer. And he dropped it. Unwrapped his arm from one of the big-titted women. And he looked me in the eyes and said, "You." And I looked him in the eyes and I said, "Not me. No. No. Not me. No." And I was fucking terrified, because I didn't know where this man was going. I don't know where he came from. And where did he come from? Where did he go? Where did he come from? Cotton Eye Joe. I don't know. not my thing. I didn't care. And he walked over to me, and he was fucking intimidating, because he said,
"Listen, if anybody fucks with you, you come to me. Also, here's $15. It's hot outside today. Stay hydrated."
Okay. Thank you.
It's $15. I'm a teenager. I don't got shit. I'm broke as fuck.
And that's not where it stops, because this man was clearly beyond fucking drunk. See, I have a system of how I judge my intoxication levels. Level 1. I like to call this the damp stage, where you're just, you got a little bit of a buzz going. Nothing too good, but you're feeling it a little bit. Level 2. This is what I like to be. This is called juicy. This is when you're feeling it. You're feeling pretty good. You got that good going, that good, and you're just feeling like you're about to have grand old time, gay old time, Flintstones. But then this is where we get into the danger zone. 3. Now this is what I like to call you're wet. You're a little too fucked up. And right now that's where he was. He was fucking wet, right? And nobody wants to be wet, because that's when things get out of control. That's when you're willing to fight anybody, and you think you can take them on. And that's how you end up in prison, because you thought you were a little Billy Badass, and thought you could take that cop on. You can't. You never do. By the way, there is level 4, and that's soaked. That's when you end up waking up in the hospital. Cue picture of me almost dead. But you think that's where it stops. Nah, see, because he was wet. And when you're wet, story doesn't end there.
You got lost in the sauce.
You got lost in the sauce boss. Fucking epic mealtime. And they probably had their basic bitch girlfriends with them, and they were just like, hey, it'd be dope if you wrestled in that mud pit. And they were just like, okay. And they just started wrestling. And they got naked. And as a 14-year-old, I was like, well, I want to be where that's at. I want to be where the titties are at. So I'm going to go over there. So I'm sitting in the back of that crowd. And I got a decent view. People were standing in front of me, but no big deal. Little did I know, I was standing behind the guy from Glorious House of Games from earlier. And he turns around and he sees me. He's like, hey, man, what's up? You trying to see some titties? And I think that's a weird question to ask a 14-year-old, but, I mean, yeah, obviously I'm trying to see some titties. So he pushes everybody out the way. And he puts me right to the front. And he's standing behind me and he's like,
you like that? You like them titties, son? Look at that one over there. See them titties? You like that?
Which, again, another weird question to ask a 14-year-old. At that point, I was really a bit nervous. But I went along with it, and I was like, yeah, I do. In fact, I do like those titties. They look pretty nice. He says, yeah, I'll be right back. I got something for you. So, no more than 10 minutes later, he comes back with yet another big-titted woman, which, I don't know where he's getting them. I don't know where they're at, but, they just, whatever. They were a magnet to him. And he looks at me, and for the video purposes, I'm going to call this woman Cheyenne. Don't remember her name at all, but she's there with him, and he says, hey, this is my friend Cheyenne. I said, well, hello, Cheyenne. Nice to meet you. And she's very stereotypical, like, in the fact of, like, long blonde hair, crop top, short shorts, just
denim jean.
Denim jean, yeah. Yeah, very.
Did it have like the torn things on the ass and shit like that?
Yep. And she says, "Hey, do you want to touch my tits?"
Did she like?
Yeah.
Like some.
Yeah. And
I'm hard.
being a 14-year-old full of hormones, I said, yes, madam, I would love to respectfully touch your titties. That would be nice. Thank you for giving me this gift of becoming a man. I appreciate that. And that's the story about how I grabbed my first bare boobs because of a drunk man. And I owe him a lot. I don't know where he's at. Alright guys, that was episode 2 of Tales from the Crib. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I tried my best. I'm going to continue to do more. I have some things planned in the future. I feel like I'm saying that every video. But I'm going to end this with me reenacting what it was like grabbing that tit. Here we go.
You want to touch my tits?
Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I will try and have more videos out soon here in the future. Follow me on Twitter at YungCripp. Check out the Patreon page if you felt like supporting me in my future endeavors. I love and appreciate all of you. And ma'am, you have breast cancer.
Been under press, baby, 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 under press. I must sleep for 4 days and never rest.